Today, we are going to unpack a really simple story, but one that has a surprisingly powerful lesson about how we deal with conflict and communication. It's called the parable of the orange.
So let's start with a situation I bet you've all been in. You've got one prize, one thing, but multiple people who all say they absolutely need it. It's that classic problem of scarcity. So what's the truly fair thing to do?
All right, so our story kicks off in an orchard with three sisters, and one day they find themselves staring down that exact problem, all standing around a single orange tree. And this is the source of the whole fight. We're not talking about a huge harvest, not even a small basket. Nope, just one single orange left on the tree. And because it's so limited, you know the stakes are about to get real high.
And right away, we have a total deadlock. Each sister digs in her heels with the exact same argument. I need the orange. There's no conversation, no trying to figure things out, just three identical demands going nowhere.
Well, all their shouting gets loud enough that a neighbor hears the commotion. He sees three people fighting over one thing, and he does what, any of us might do. He decides to step in and mediate, offering up what sounds like a perfectly logical solution. His advice? The classic compromise. Just take the orange, slice it into three perfectly equal pieces, and boom, everyone gets a share. It's logical, it's mathematical, it seems fair, right?
Well, here's the problem. That fair solution, it just led to equal dissatisfaction. Yeah, each sister got a third of the orange, but that also meant each one only got a third of what she actually needed. The result was perfectly equal, and yet everybody was perfectly unhappy.
You see, the compromise never really solved the real issue. Because their underlying needs were totally ignored, the conflict was just bound to happen all over again. And sure enough, the next year, the neighbor finds them right back at it, having the exact same fight.
So this time, the neighbor tries something different. Instead of just jumping in with a solution, he asks a simple but totally game-changing question. He doesn't ask what they want, he asks why they want it. And that one little word, why, changes absolutely everything.
And bam, the second he asks why, the truth comes out. Their real reasons, their underlying interests, are finally on the table. Turns out, one sister wants the fruit to make juice, another one only wants the peel to make some zest, and the third sister, she just wants the seeds to plant a new tree. The crazy thing is, their needs were never even in conflict to begin with.
Okay, so this is the absolute key to the whole story. Understanding the difference between a position and an interest. A position is that surface-level demand. It's what you say you want. I need the orange. But an interest, that's the deeper reason, the why behind it all. I need to make juice. The secret is to stop focusing on the positions and start talking about the interests.
Once their true interests were out in the open, the solution wasn't just clear, it was simple. The first sister gets all the fruit for her juice. Then she gives the peel to the second sister for zest. And finally, she gives the seeds to the third sister to plant. Look at that! Everyone gets 100% of what they actually needed. No compromise needed at all.
And that's the fundamental difference right there. When they were all stuck on their positions, they ended up in a lose-lose compromise. But as soon as they shifted to their underlying interests, they found a true win-win collaboration.
And this is the heart of the whole lesson. The most powerful way to solve a problem isn't to just split the difference on what people are shouting for, it's to dig a little deeper, to understand the why behind their demands. That is where the really creative, amazing solutions are hiding. So how can we actually use this in our own lives? Well, the story gives us a pretty simple 4-step guide. First, just pause the argument. Stop fighting over the what. Second, ask that incredibly powerful question, why is this so important to you? Third, and this is crucial, actually listen for the real interest hiding under the surface. And finally, once you know what everyone really needs, you can build a solution together. And don't think for a second this is just a cute story about fruit. This idea works everywhere, whether you're negotiating a business contract, trying to plan a vacation with friends who have different ideas, or heck, even just deciding with your partner what to have for dinner. It always comes down to interests versus positions.
So the next time you find yourself stuck in a disagreement, whether it's big or small, just pause and ask yourself, what's the orange we're really fighting over here? And maybe more importantly, what does each person truly need from it? the answer might just unlock a solution you never saw coming.